Hello cubers, welcome back to another vintage cube. We're gonna jump in here. Looks like we've opened some power. Ding ding, Mox Sapphire. Hope you all had a great turkey day. I enjoyed some time with the family, but it's time to jump back into vintage cube. Hey, if you didn't hear, it looks like vintage cube is coming back online to MTGO on 21 December. So I'm excited to see y'all in the queues there. And also, we're doing a fun thing here. I'm doing a countdown advent style with the Magic 30 secret layers. So I got a shorts series with that. We're doing one each day. So I'll put a link down below. Go ahead and check it out. And let's open a pack a day and see what is in that secret layer. So let's jump back in here to the draft. We've opened a Mox Sapphire. We're gonna snake that Mox Sapphire. Doesn't mean we're playing blue. But we're always going to pick up fast mana in the vintage cube. Pick number 2. There's an Incinerate. Anytime you have fast mana, you immediately want to think about things like aggro, right? Because if you're deadly on turn 2, you're even deadlier on turn 1, right? So I'm looking at the Young Peasy and the Incinerate. Other considerations could be something like control and on-color Mox like Teferi. Or Thieving Skydiver. Let's take this Incinerate. It's pretty useful in almost any deck. Having that direct damage removal either to the opponent's face or to that problematic creature will be nice to have. There's an Ancient Tomb, also a Tangle Wire, good in aggressive decks. I'm not looking at the Mizium Mortars. I personally don't like the sorcery speed removal there. Here, I think the pick is between the Tangle Wire or the fast mana. So I think the Ancient Tomb is the most open pick. But again, the effect from Tangle Wire is pretty neat, unique, so we'll just slam it here. Ooh, Laelia, okay. Yeah, let's take Laelia. Pick 4 Laelia is pretty nice. Means probably the other, 3 drafters to my right are not in red. Here we're looking at Burgi or Figure of Destiny if we want to do this red thing. Avalanche Riders is definitely a wheel. The other consideration is to go into black, and because Grave Titan and Grief are both very strong. I think the 1-drop is probably important here with Figure. So let's take Figure here and see what wheels out of that pack, shall we? Swift Spear is pretty nice here. So definitely want to take that. If we're going to do red aggro, having enough 1-drops, quite important. Figure and Swift Spear are both pretty good ones to have. Okay, Inferno Titan is quite nice, and there's a light up the stage, but Inferno Titan, okay, got it. It's a 6-drop, right? But its effect's pretty unique. All the Titans are good in the cube, I think. And so if we're playing something like Mox Sapphire, fast mana, now maybe it's a turn 5 Titan. I wonder if I should have picked up that Ancient Tomb instead of the Tangle Wire, because then maybe we have a turn 3 Titan, right? Ooh, okay, so Koth is good in Mono Red specifically, pretty powerful. I think the best card in that pack was probably Elite Spellbinder. I really love that card. But if we're going to go do this mono red thing, Koth, that is where Koth thrives. So I want to pick him up there. Pink here, it's fine. Here's a Chain Lightning, little direct damage. Would wish this was a Lightning Bolt, but we will take it for its mana efficiency. Ooh, Ignite Memories, not really where we want to be. Neither is Kudaltha Forge Master, neither is Crucible. So kind of a miss in this pack. Could hedge or signal. The Ignite Memories isn't really a signal by taking it, right? Like that's for Storm players. We'll just take Crucible, I suppose. If we get a Strip Mine, maybe we do some Crucible action. I will take Seething Song, especially after picking up this Inferno Titan, like a turn, 3 or turn 2 Inferno Titan off the backs of Mox and a Seething Song is definitely possible. Okay, here's a Port. It's about the only thing for us here since the rest are white and white-black cards. I will take the colorless land in a mono-color deck. Okay, Burgi did wheel. We can take Burgi. Again, don't need it for Storm, but it's a fine 3-drop. Mana Flare, most definitely not making the deck. We'll just take Gideon and Adeline. Okay, so some white cards in the sideboard. We'll remember that. But right now, I'm still just really feeling mono red. All right, pack 2. What do we pick here? If we were playing white, Caracas is pretty good. Goldspan's a great beater. Then there's also Savai Triumph and Fixing Lance. So another consideration could be Sensei's Divining Top. I think the power of Caracas is pretty strong in this cube. It just does a lot of things. And even though it's an off-color land, it's very useful. So let's take it here. Maybe that Dragon Wheels. Here's a Hellrider we can slam in here. It's doing what we want to do, and that's deal quick damage to our opponent. Here's a Recruiter. There's a Solitude if we were playing white. A lot of great white cards going around. There always is, right? The other card is Desperate Ritual. No, I think we just take the Recruiter here. There's not a great target for it right now. Gosh, this Solitude is enticing. You know, it's like, hey, do we just draft mono red or do we take something amazing like Solitude? I'm going to hedge a little bit on that Solitude just in case we play white. Here's a Jite and an Abrade. There's also a Scald. Again, a lot of great white-red cards, but we are not passing Jite. There's a Grim Lavamancer as well, but do not pass Jite. I've said this before. No passing Jite in the cube. Just pick it up, put it in your mono blue deck. It'll be fine. Kiki, Goblin Bombardment, Coercive Portal, potentially the Sword of Fire and Ice. We're not Kiki. We're not playing Kiki Twin. There's a hedge trap. Like, I don't know. Maybe I don't need any of those cards. I'm just going to take this Tropical Island. It's just super hedge, right? Like, on the off chance we pull a Time Walk, I'm going to want this drop, right? Because maybe we can fetch it. Like, maybe it does something, but those other red cards, I just wasn't playing them. So I'll take a dual land as just a complete hedge. Okay, Shield Breaker. More white cards coming around in Elspeth and Student. But I'll take a Shield Breaker. It's a great interaction. Again, being able to punish our opponent's artifacts like Signets is real nice. There's that Strip Mine. Okay, we do have Crucible Strip Mine. Do we play the Crucible? We'll have to see if we can fit it in. We'll see how many playables we get. Our creature count is very low right now for mono red. So it's something I want to look at. And here's a Goblin God, which is perfect to fix that creature problem. Another 1-drop, aggressive 1-drop. Get in the deck. Kind of a miss for us here on this pack. Great white cards. Sun Titan, Adonto Vanguard. I draft the mono whites, like super easy to do, right? We do have the Trot, but I don't think we're playing any of these cards, to be honest with you. Tameo, pretty good, but can't really abuse her. Yeah, I don't think this pick matters. Wall of Omens, Lion Sash, Inspiring Vantage, and a Chalice, huh? We just take the Vantage here, right? Against some more hedge. We really need some creatures in red. And with the white fixing we have, we may be able to start picking up white creatures. Okay, here's an Imperial Recruiter. What's the target? We can get things like Ember Shieldbreaker. I will take a Lavamancer, even though I do love a Showdown of the Scalds. Grim Lavamancer is pretty good. All right, Goblin Bombardment Wield. Probably not playing it. Hate seeing a Murktide go 13th pick there. That card's great. Mutavault here, right? Another colorless land. Might be too many colorless lands, like Rashad Import, Caracas, Strip Mine, Mutavault. That might be one too many. We'll see. Remember, we do want mountains for our Koth. All right, here's pack 3, pick 1. Kind of weak on the red side. Unholy Heat. And I'm just not a fan of Steamkin. Like, I'll play Steamkin if we have to, but Unholy Heat's fun card here. Not even any great white cards there. That pack is just kind of an overall miss for what we have drafted so far. All right, there's a Hazoret. Not my favorite 4-drop, but a beater nonetheless. And I think we can't be picky. The other choice could be like Prismatic Vista and like just move into red-white. I'm going to take Hazoret here. Is the only red card in the pack. And really hoping we get rewarded here in pack 3 with the drafters to our right, passing us red cards. Char, Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox can be abused by your opponent pretty well. I'm hoping this Char is going to wheel, though, I think. And we can take the Chrome Mox and just try to be faster. With a Mox Sapphire, Chrome Mox, let's just try to be faster than our opponent. Hit him with a Tangle Wire, get in some damage. All right, there's a great red card, and that's Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay, Magda for sure here, right? We need the creature over REB and Manamorphose, so let's take the creature. Creature count at 10 right now. It needs to get a little bit higher. 20 playables, 3 lands. We can count Mox Sapphire as a land, even though it's off color. I don't think we can count Chrome Mox as a land. No red cards in this pack. All right, so we're kind of getting punished here for not... I think here, if we need to take a card, it's going to be a white card, right? Because we have some white fixing and Caracas. So let's take Intrepid Adversary. Yeah, not Ob Nixilis. We have no fixing for Ob. Okay, Ravelman coming around. I think that's a 8th pick here or something. 7 or 8. Yeah, 7th pick. Glad to see that. It's fun in our red deck, especially with Moxen. Faithless Looting, Lodestone Golem. I'm not playing General Ferris. We'll take the Faithless Looting. It can trigger our Grim Lavamancer, putting cards in the yard, trigger our Prowess. All right, it will take Steamkin, though I don't like it. I mean, this Kolaghan's Command is just such a better card. I just don't have any black fixing right now. So I think we just need to take the creature. Yep, no white cards here. Or no red cards here, I mean. All right, Char did come around good. This could be the deck right here, counting Mox Sapphire as a land. Not playing Jockelhops. Yeah, you know, you hate to see Pack 3 go this way, right? Like, maybe this wasn't great. I mean, Time War, Pest Infestation, 14, 15 pick, geez. All right, so here, let's build this thing here real quick. All right, here's the deck. Mono red with an off-color Mox and Mox Sapphire. Hoping to really leverage cards like Tanglewire and the Power of Koth in a mono red deck. And maybe getting Inferno Titan down pretty quick can be pretty effective in this deck. We'll see how well Stripmon, Rishon Import, Mutavault, those colorless lands work out. I did take the Caracas out, though we can sideboard it in if we play against some legendary creatures. So let's take this mono red deck into the league and see if we can score a trophy. All right, match 1, game 1. We are on the draw here against Enraged Lobster. Man, here it is after Thanksgiving. I'm glad it's not Enraged Turkey. Okay, this is a keepable hand. I don't know what to pitch this Chrome Mox, to be honest with you, but we can have it we can have a turn 2 Fable and then try to leverage the rummage effects here of Chapter 2. See what our opponent does. They lead out Ancient Tomb. Pass, or they have a Signet? Signet, yeah. All right, I don't like Steamkin. Let's see what we draw here. Another mountain, huh? So I'm actually going to pitch the Steamkin. We'll try to ditch some of these lands in Fable of the Mirror Breaker. I'm going to get this Chrome Mox down, ditching the Steamkin, and we're going to use Port on our opponent's upkeep and top their Ancient Tomb. This is just going to keep them off some mana. I want to restrict their resources. And I'm hoping just Chapter 2 of Fable can help us get rid of these useless lands and get something effective. All right, so they still do have a play. They have a play into another Signet. All right, well, next turn's kind of scary. Ooh, Rabbleman. Nice. I'm going to get Fable down because I want those chapters ticking up. We can get Goblin Rabblemaster. I'm sorry, we can get Rabblemaster down next turn. So this turn's scary. Our opponent's got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana here on turn 3. Let's see if we can dodge a beater here. Karn. All right. 3/3 Karnstruct. And another Signet. All right. 4/4 Karnstruct. It's pretty good. We're going to have to get through a 4/4. Ooh, we draw Koth. Well, I now don't want to ditch. So our opponent has a lot of permanents on the battlefield at the top. So I think we actually ditch a land and this Tanglewire. This Tanglewire is not as effective on this board. All right, we get an Incinerate and a Seething Song. All right, well, so Karn can come down and we can untap a mountain. Do we attack? We have the Incinerate. Yeah, that construct being a 4/4 is a problem. What's the best way to get through here? Can the Seething Song do anything? We can play Seething Song for 5. We have 6 mana available, so we can both Koth and Incinerate, but I can't do both here before I attack, which is kind of... Well, I guess we can Incinerate the Karn. Yeah, I'm not sure. Here's for sure a punt. Here's something I learned. So I'm untapping a mountain here. Unfortunately, Koth doesn't give haste to the mountain it untaps. And unfortunately, I select the mountain that I put into play this turn. I've done this multiple times before. It's kind of frustrating as a player to like have a land with summoning sickness. If you didn't know, you can hover over your land on MTGO now, and I can tell you if it entered the battlefield this turn, so you don't make this same mistake that I just made. I'm going to kind of play around it here. I'm going to attack Karn, and if our opponent wants to trade with the Goblin token, I will cast Incinerate on the Karnstruct. It's not the greatest trade. It's about, 1.5 cards for half a card, but it does get the Karnstruct out the battlefield. And with Koth and Rabblemaster in hand, we should be able to attack down Karn next turn. I do expect our opponent to downtick again. Yep, they do. Another 4/4 on the battlefield. Into what? Big spell, it looks like. Into an Everflowing Chalice for 3? Ooh, watch out. Here's 3 colorless mana. Man, that's... Ooh, all right, we draw a shield breaker. That's awesome. So now we can battle display the construct, and we can cast this Rival Master to get in and finish off the Karn. We'll also get to untap and attack with our mountain, because both mountains were in play at the beginning of the turn. We don't have to worry about the summoning sickness thing. So this will be a quite nice turn. We'll deal 4 to our opponent, take their Karn off the board, and we're both at 0 cards in hand. But like, we have a Planeswalker and a Kiki and a Shield Breaker in the adventure zone. So I like our position a lot better here. Yeah, I'm wondering, with our opponent not having anything to do besides cast an Everflowing Chalice, like maybe they should have upticked on Karn, huh? All right, Karn down, passing it back. Opponent cycles Ziatori as Proving Ground. Ziator is Proving Ground. Love to see it. And they can't beat our board. Yeah, we were going to make copies of our Rabble Master next turn with the Kiki. So that was a nice game 1. Ran our opponent out of gas. Let's head into game 2. Hello, YouTube. This is Mulligan. He is an orange floofy cat that likes to wake me up at like 4 in the morning. Anyways, sideboarding's over. All right, sideboarding's done. Get that cat out of sideboarding. We are on the draw again. Up a game. We can keep this. Pitch Steamkin to the Chrome Mox. That's what Steamkin's good for, right? Pitching to Chrome Mox. Love it. All right, opponent opens up Triome, passes. Ooh, Burgi. Yeah, we're going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to pitch Steamkin and turn on Port. And then we'll turn to Rabbleman. That'll be pretty sweet. You thought you had a Proving Ground. No, you do not. Tap it. Another tap land. Love to see it. All right. Chain Lightning's fine. We're going to Rabbleman into Koth like next turn, and we're going to make sure we don't make that same mistake twice by untapping our Summoning Sick Mountain. It's a good start for us. Chrome Mox working out here. All right, Ancient Tomb, 4 mana for the opponent. I mean, I like them tapping Ancient Tomb. We're on the do damage train here as mono red, so there's 2 damage coming at them. Okay, they kick a Blood Chief's Thirst. It's unfortunate, but we are going to slam in with a Koth to deal 5 damage this turn. Tower's another good draw, direct damage spell. Okay, so we're going to play our mountain. We're going to play our Koth here. And this time we're going to make sure we untap the correct land. So I don't need chat. Yeah, I'm checking chat here. I'm like, which mountain is it? So if we hover over the mountain, see, this one says newly controlled, and the second one says not newly controlled. So we need to make sure we untap the one on the right. The lessons you learned the hard way on MTGO, right? All right, getting in there for 5. Opponent can only tap that Ancient Tomb so many more times here. We got a lot of direct damage in hand. I mean, we got 7 damage in hand. So we have lethal next turn if they do absolutely nothing. So they can activate their Lava Claw. So if they do something irrelevant, we can have lethal next turn. Yeah. All right, they play Pia. That's pretty good. 2 flying blockers on that one. I think we can get through this decently, though. Let's see what we draw. Swift Spear. Oh, all right, nice. I wonder if we can play Burgi and get some value out of her immediately. I think we can here. We can play Burgi using one of the colorless mana, leaving a red. And then with the floating red, we can play Swift Spear. This will generate another red. And then we can play Chain Lightning to trigger Prowess and get this Pia off the battlefield. This will trigger another red. But we can't really use that one. And then we'll untap a mountain, I think, and just get in there. Really love that Swift Spear has haste. Makes the card just very nice. All right, untapping a mountain, and let's go to attacks. Happy to trade our Goblin token here if they would like. All right, looks like opponent does the smart block. Just takes 1. That Pia bought them some good time, which was nice. But we have a Koth threatening to ultimate next turn, which is pretty decisive. We do only have turn 2 mountains, which is unfortunate, but a Koth emblem is really quite nice. That emblem allows you to tap mountains to deal damage, 1 damage to anything for each mountain you tap. And, you know, Koth is one of those earlier planeswalkers where that ultimates pretty quickly, right? So it's been 2 turns. We've upticked Koth twice, and now he'll be ready to down to ultimate here on the 3rd turn. All right, the opponent gives up. I guess they didn't draw something they needed, plus they had the Ancient Tomb dealing them damage, so we burned them out. Let's head into match 2. All right, welcome to match 2. We are on the play against Lord Beerus. And we have a keepable hand here. Another Chrome Mox hand. What do we pitch, right? What's the play? So a couple options. We could lead out Monastery Swiss Spear, and then, Chrome Mox something like the Magda or the Seething Song. Get in there with a trigger. That seems, I don't know. We could get Magda out turn 1. That's got potential. Turn 1 Magda, turn 2 Lelia. Let's do that. Let's do turn 1 Magda, turn 2 Lelia, pitching the Swiss Spear. So we'll go Mountain, Chrome Mox, pitch Swiss Spear, play Magda, pass here. And we'll get Magda on the battlefield. All right, hopefully we can just get our opponent with Lelia next turn. All right, opponent leads out. Ooh, also with a Mox Pearl. All right, so they are on the fast mana plan as well, putting out an Intrepid Adversary. Does this change our plan? Well, I don't want to trade Lelia for the Intrepid Adversary, so it does change our plan. I kind of want to trade Magda with the Intrepid Adversary here because I want to clear the way for Lelia. Fortunately, we're not going to play Lelia second main. That's just not how you play Lelia. As you always want to be attacking the turn you put her into play. So let's get in here. If our opponent blocks, they do. Okay. Well, making that treasure token, we can get our figure down. We can strip mine our opponent, and we can pump figure without using the treasure token now. So we'll have a 2/2. Yeah, like this. And then we can definitely get in with Lelia without playing a land next turn, which will be nice. All right, opponent just plains passes. All right, we will pump at the end of our opponent's turn, making a 2/2 figure. All right, there's a land. All right, the other question is, do we play around Mana Tithe? I think we do, right? Play the land here, play Lelia, and just play around Mana Tithe. It's the smart play. Because if our Lelia got Mana Tithe, like, we'd just be out of Schlitz. As it is, now we have a 3/3 and a 2/2. We do exile a land, a little unfortunate, but at least that's one land we're not drawing next turn for sure. We'll pass it back. Flicker Wisp. Flickering the Chrome Mox. That's super awkward. That's why Chrome Mox is a little bit of a liability, right? I'm not going to put the Seething Song under there. I don't need it. I'd rather just cast Seething Song. Luckily, we can get in there with both our creatures as we can pump the figure. If they block, and our Lelia will be a 4/4. I don't know if playing the land there was right. I'm kind of saving my treasure. Yep. See, there's another land off the top that we cannot play. Opponent does not block, so we will just pump and get in for 8. I love that attack, though. That was really nice. Lelia doing work here, getting lands off the top. Ooh, so Mother of Rooms is a problem. And Adeline is also a problem. Ugh. Mother of Runes is really the bigger problem. We can get through Adeline. We cannot get through Mother. Rabble Man, huh? I think this is a misplay here. So I think the right play is to use the Seething Song to pump figure to an 8/8 flying. First strike, right? We do exile a Mox Sapphire. Our Lelia getting big, which I like. Because now we have to use the Seething Song to keep our figure alive. So like we should have just gotten in there with 8 damage in the air. So now figure's an 8/8 flying first strike. So we could have just gotten in there, made them block. Our opponent could be at 2 right now, essentially. I'm sure they would have blocked the Lelia with Adeline. They do have to deal with this figure, though. And that's a way to do it. Palace Jailer definitely dealing with the figure. And with Mother of Runes on the board, we do not have a way to get through. Oh, they take the Lelia. Yeah, I guess they don't want us getting more card advantage off of, attacking with her. Yeah, there's a mountain. We can play Rabble Man, but they have blocks, right? The Rabble Man's Goblin token will just get blocked. Figure's going to get blocked by the Flicker Wisp. And then Mother of Runes is going to give Flicker Wisp protection. We had a removal spell right now for the Mother. That'd be great. Yeah. It's unfortunate for us. Yeah, taking the Lelia actually makes a lot of sense. Plus, if we get Lelia back, I mean, they could have done either one. Lelia is going to just come back as a 2/2. That's a pretty good Palace Jailer turn for them. We got 3 cards. We're drawing off the top. We need to draw something like next turn. We need a way to remove this Mother of Runes. Or remove the flyer, like something, right? Yeah, no attacks again. Pretty smart land, okay. Because they need to trade. They'll have to block something with this Rabbleman. What do they got? Archangel Avacyn. That's a beating. Another flying creature. Yeah, this is a beating here on our side because now they can just eat the Rabbleman. Yeah, eat the figure. That was a beating by Mono White, to be honest with you, and kind of embarrassing. I'm not sure. We could have made some different decisions with our opening turn, our Chrome Mox turn. Yeah, Gideon. Okay, I've seen enough here. Let's go into game 2 here. All right, we are on the play again here. This is a great hand for us. 3 1-drops in hand, so we can have all these on the board here by next turn. What do we lead out? Figure or Monastery? And we lead out Figure, and because it doesn't have haste, right? Like that way we can pump Figure and get out, get Grim Lavamancer on the battlefield. Holy jeez! Opponent goes Mox Pearl, Mana Crypt, Plains into Hero of Bladehold. Turn 1 hero. Oh my gosh! All right, we draw a Mox Sapphire, but like, how do we get through this hero? Like, we don't. Like, there's just no way. Yeah, a turn 1 hero's insane. I'm not attacking with a Swift Spear, so it's not a misorder by playing the Sapphire. Yeah, I don't know. We have no removal in our hand right now. And Hero of Bladehold demands removal. So turn 1 hero. This may be a quick game. Opponent wins their flip. They have another 4-drop. No, they have an Intrepid Adversary kicked, basically, which means these hero tokens, how big are these things going to be? Like 4/2s? 3/2s. Okay. Oh my gosh. There's 10 damage. This is a beating. All right, Incinerate's nice, but like, honestly, the threat is the hero and not necessarily Intrepid Adversary. Yeah, I'm going to Seething Song here. This will allow us to get Lelia on the battlefield and cast our Incinerate. And maybe there's a world where this also puts 2 cards in the yard. We can chump the hero with like the figure. We get in there for 5. Do something. Maybe our opponent loses a couple flips here. I'm 100% going to chump with the figure, I think, here. I mean, our opponent hasn't played another land, but like they don't need to. They have 4 mana and 2 white sources, which means their hand is just full of action, right? What is the next beating going to be? A Skyclave Apparition on the figure. Can I even take this hit? I can't. I have to block. I was hoping to chump there. I mean, but not with the Grim Lavamancer, and we draw a land. Yeah, this was that was a beating by Mono White. I'm sorry you had to see that. Man, I should have put like a rating on, like a disclaimer. Avert your eyes for this train wreck. All right, let's head into match 3. All right, welcome to match 3. We are on the play, playing against Ancestor. Sadly lost that game to Mono White there, but let's see if we can redeem ourselves. I think this is a keepable hand with Fable and Figure, since we can put mana into the figure. Some direct damage here in Char. So let's keep this and lead out turn 1 Figure of Destiny. Best draw, I think, for us next turn is Mox Sapphire to give us a turn 2 Fable. We'll see if that happens or not. All right, Lyxian Forest into a Llanowar Elves. All right. Remember, Shieldbreaker is a fine draw. No artifacts yet on the opponent's side of the battlefield. Let's get in here with this figure. If our opponent blocks, we'll pump the figure. If our opponent doesn't block, we'll pump the figure. It's our only play this turn. We'll just hold the Shieldbreaker in hand here. Llanowar Elves does not need an immediate response with our Char. Like, we can save that for a better target. Oh, our opponent has a Fable as well. Yeah, unfortunately, our Ember Shieldbreaker can only destroy artifacts. All right, I will trade here Shaman Token and Figure. Potentially. I mean, I guess if they block, we just pump our figure. Yeah, no, I'll pump if they block. No blocks. Okay. Well, we'll get our own Fable down, get our own Goblin Shaman token. Fortunately, our opponent gets to attack, and I won't block with our Shaman. I want to keep our Shaman around, help ramp us. All right, opponent's Fable goes to Chapter 2. Looks like they ditch one card. They have theory have 5 mana here. Yep, they're attacking with a Goblin token, or Goblin token to make a treasure. Now they'll have 5 mana. I won't block again. And we'll for sure at least ditch one of these lands on our Chapter 2. Or Monolith. All right, well, that's a shield breaker target. What do we draw? Hazoret. Ooh, let's just ditch. 2 lands may be a little greedy. All right, we got a land. All right, we got there. Whew, better lucky than good, right? All right, how does this turn look? We shield break the Monolith. So we have 5 mana. We can play Goblin God, get in there. We can shield break the Monolith and then hold up Char. I think that's what we can do. Let's get some damage in there, though. Our opponent's at 16. Of course, our opponent gets a Cradle. That's really nice for them. All right, pumping the figure here. I don't know about that decision. I mean, it's good. It's putting our opponent on a 2-turn clock, right? And if we draw a land, Hazoret is live next turn. All right, let's see what our opponent's got in store. Their Fable is going to flip to Reflection of the Mirror Breaker. Reflection of Kiki Jiki. I know they have a Cradle in hand, so that's 3 more mana. So they got 7 mana available, potentially 8 with the Shaman token. All right, 5 mana. Ooh, into a Zealous Conscripts. Wait a second. I think our opponent's living the dream here. All right, so they're going to target their own Kiki. Give Kiki haste. Now that Gaia's Cradle is going to give him 4 mana. They're going to be able to copy their Zealous Conscripts 4 times here. Yeah, Kiki taps, makes a Conscript, untaps the Kiki, use another mana, make a Conscript. Yeah, our opponent's doing it. This is a sick play. Kind of props to the opponent here. This is super cool, actually. I think we're going to lose to this. How much damage is this? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. No, it's at least 19, right? If they untap their Kiki, or if they steal our figure with the last one, it's like 22. Yeah, so now they have 4 Zealous Conscripts. No, 5. Yeah, 5 Zealous Conscripts. And they steal our figure. Oh, man. I mean, if you want to go down a game in the Vintage Cube, like, that's the way to do it, right? Let's let's head to game 2. All right, game 2. On the play again. Keeping this hand. Ooh, we got a Mox Sapphire and a Chrome Mox and a Seething Song. What is that we said when we drafted about like a turn 2 Inferno Titan? We can do it. It'll use all the cards in our hand, but we can do it. We play Magda turn 1. We do, right? So Sapphire, Mountain, Magda. Then we attack with Magda next turn. We have 3 mana, 4 mana, plus Seething Song, so that's 6. There's a Rabble Man. We actually don't need the Chrome Mox, which is kind of insane. Unfortunately, our opponent did not play a Mana Dork. Like, is this a waste? The answer is no. I'm going to play Inferno Titan here on turn 2. That should be good enough, right? Like, what is green going to do against an Inferno Titan? The answer is probably nothing. The answer is probably lose, right? All right, get in there with the Magda. Here's a treasure token. That'll give us our 6th mana after we cast this Seething Song. And I'm just not going to use the Chrome Mox here. I want to keep Rabble Master in hand. And we will get 3 more damage to the face here. Boom, boom, boom. Pew, pew, pew. Was that like the fastest game ever? Our opponent played 1 land and then lost? Yeah, okay. I mean, if he's going to like Kiki Zealous Conscript combo us out game 1, I'm happy to like turn to Inferno Titan. All right, let's take this into game 3. Not the finals, but this is the most fun match 3 I've had in a while here. Ooh, we have a Mox Sapphire in hand, so turn 1 Magda again, right? Let's do it to it. All right, OP leads out Forest Pass. Love to see it. I'm going to one-up you here and play our Mox into Magda. I like having the Chain Lightning in hand as we can kill any mana dork with that. Maybe they play something like Raphellos. I'll definitely kill Raphellos. 2 green. Called it. Called it. Oh. All right, I'm going to play Port as well. So let's Chain Lightning this Raphellos, and then we can port another Forest on our opponent's upkeep. And then we have Hazoret coming down next turn. And he'll may not be active. We'll see. All right, untap, upkeep, tap your land. You didn't think I'd be porting a green opponent, right? Neither did I. Neither did I. All right, Mountain comes down into Birds of Paradise. All right. They must have just drawn that. Otherwise, they would have played that like turn 1, right? What do we draw? Another Mountain. So I guess there's no way to turn on Hazoret this turn. Kind of unfortunate. But, I mean, we can get in there with the Magda. No, I don't have anything to pitch to this Chrome Mox. So there's no way to turn on Hazoret or hold open, discard a card for 3 mana. I don't think. We will be able to port our opponent, though, again next turn, which should be nice. And I will spend a treasure token to port our opponent. I think it's worth it here. Tap their red source, even though they do have a Birds out. Oh, wow. That was a quick concede from the opponent. They were at 16 and our Hazoret was not active. All right, that game 3 was a little lackluster. But game 1 and 2 was kind of cool. All right. Anyways, that's Mono Red for you. That's how Mono Red goes sometimes. Be sure to check out my Advent Shorts series. Super fun. Hope you can join me on that as we count down here through the holiday season. But anyways, thanks for hanging. Thanks for chilling with me here. Don't touch that dial and let's keep cubing.